Hey soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing your specific message from your spirit guides about what is happening in your life. And to do your message, to do your reading today, we already have the first one. We are going to pick out 4 cards together. So 2, 3, and 4. Let's see what we have. For pile 1, which already revealed itself to us. This is your card. With Dranpadi's rescue. For pile number 2, this is your card. I hope you can see that, yeah. With Arjuna's dilemma. Pile number 3. This is your card with Urmila's sleep. And for pile number 4, this is your card with Bali's Misunderstanding. If you like to pick with crystals, let me add these right now. There we go. So for pile number 1, we have the Dalmation Jasper, and this is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 2, we have the Mookayte Jasper. This is what your crystal looks like. For pile number 3, we have the white Howlite, and this is what your crystal looks like. And for pile number 3, we have the cherry quartz, and this is what your crystal looks like. So, take a look at which one of these 4 piles or 4 crystals you're the most drawn to. And that's probably the pile for you here today. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, or perhaps you're even drawn to all of the piles, whatever it is, whether it's just one pile or several or all, always trust your intuition, because it is your intuition that is the magic that always leads you to the right readings. It's the magic that lets you see the message you're supposed to hear today, or lets you get drawn to the message you're supposed to hear today. It allows you to hear exactly what you need to hear on that day, and you get your spiritual message. You know what to do. You understand things better. So let it lead the way, whether it's one, several, or all. And as usual, you'll find the timestamps down in the description box. Click on your times, and I'll see you in your readings. Hey soul family, welcome to your preparation and card picking process. It is so lovely to have you here as we prepare for your piles. Thank you for choosing to spend your time with me as we go through this magical process of shuffling and picking your cards for today's reading. Before we begin, let me introduce your cards to you. On the left are the oracle cards, and on the right are the tarot decks that we will be using in today's reading. And if you're interested in any of the decks that I use, you'll find that I leave their names down in the description box. Okay, so let's get started. And let's start shuffling with intention. We want to know what your specific things, message is from your spirit guides about what is happening in your life. So 2, what is your specific message? Thanks. From your spirit guides about what's happening in your life. Okay. What is their specific message? Thank you. From their spirit guides about what is happening in their lives, please. Okay. With the tea leaves, we're going to divide it into the number of piles as we always do, making it easier to handle. So that is 2, 3, and 4. Okay, let's pick up the first one. What is your specific message from your spirit guides about what is happening, thanks, in your life? What is your specific message from your spirit guides about what is, is happening in your life? All right. So your oracle cards are now ready for your reading. Let's pick up your tarot decks. And as we usually do, we're going to take 2 cards for each pile from each deck. What is your specific message from your spirit guides about what is happening in your life? 1, 2, 3, and 4. I see the deck is split there. Let's now take the next 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Let's now pick up the next deck. What is 2? Thanks. Your specific message from your spirit guides about what is happening in your life at the moment. There we go. Okay. Next. There we go. Next deck. What is your specific message from your spirit guides about what is happening in your life at the moment? One, 2, 3. I feel this one. And 4. All right. Next deck. What is your specific message from your spirit guides about what is happening in your life? Thanks. At the moment. So 1, 2, I feel this one. 3, and I feel actually this one. And 4. Okay, so your piles for today's reading are now ready. Let's put them neatly together so that we can begin your reading. Let's pick this one up. There we go. That is pile number 1. With the Dalmation Jasper. There we go, pile number 2. There we go. With the Mookayte Jasper. Pile number 3. With the white Howlite. And pile number 4. With the cherry quartz. So, your piles for today's reading are now ready. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I always love it. Love you guys. Love your energies. So blessed to be part of this soul family with you guys. Thank you for being my soul family. And let's get straight into your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Dalmation Jasper as well as Dranpadi's Rescue. Let's see how this fits into your reading. And as you know, we're taking a look at what your spirit guide's message is about what's happening in your life, your specific message from your spirit guides. So, along with Dranpadi's Rescue, you have grounding. Go deep, explore your roots. You also have create. Okay. A lot of purple here. A lot of, I think there's a big message of faith here. That's part of your reading. A big message of faith. You also have cracked cup. Dissatisfaction with life. Okay. And let's take a look at your tarot cards. So you have the Tower card. You have the Hermit. You have the Hierophant. You have the King of Cups. You have the High Priestess with the secret syrup. It says, the mysteries of the universe are sweeter than you know. Yes, I think that's a strong message here. It's coming together. It's very obvious now. You have the Fool card. And this is the After Tarot. So these are the cards depicting the scenes that are right after the Rider-Waite-Smith. So that is the Ace of Swords, the Falcon. And you have the Nine of Swords. Wonderful. So right off the bat, I see that your spirit guides are talking about a certain situation that is going on in your life that keeps kind of repeating itself, or it's very persistent in not going right. It keeps making you feel anxious and bad, and you kind of feel like you really don't know what to do at this point. And why am I saying that? Because you have Draupadi's rescue, and Draupadi is the wife of one of the Pandavas brothers. So one of the Pandavas brothers was tricked into playing poker, or sorry, not poker, a game of dice with the Kauravas. And so this was a whole setup. The Kauravas, they trick them. They put this set up so that the brother keeps losing and losing. And as he lost during that game, he lost all of his possessions, his dignity. He even bet his brothers and then his wife. And so to humiliate the Pandavas, the king of the Kauravas now took Draupadi and now wanted to strip her clothes off in the middle of a big court in front of everyone. And she was really shocked with this type of humiliation. She looked up to her husband and her brothers for savior. Their hands were tied, and she was so disappointed in them. No one was there for her, and so she prayed to Lord Krishna to come and save her from this humiliation. So right away, as she made that prayer, and as the king, the Kauravas king, kept pulling at her, and you can see it here in the picture, kept pulling at her sari, it kept getting longer and longer, and eventually it just was everlasting. The king had to just give up, and she was saved from this situation. And so with all of the purples here, we see a strong message of faith. In fact, your reading really started off with the Tower and the Hermit card, and that really makes me feel so much for you, because obviously things are not going right at all. They keep getting worse and worse. You know, we can see it with the Pandava story of things just getting from bad to worse to worse. And you know, the elder brother kept betting away because he had hope. It was in his efforts to win back all he'd lost. And in this type of effort, he kept losing more and more, and losing his dignity, losing his faith, losing everything. And so here we can see that things have been very harsh on you, very. And with the Hermit card, it shows us that you are handling all of this all alone. But do you see here, although it looks like you are alone, you're always accompanied, you're always accompanied by your spirit guides. You're always surrounded by your angels. You are, although it looks like you are alone, you really aren't alone. And your message here is a strong message, a great message of faith. Just like Draupadi was saved when she called out to Krishna right away, when she was saved, and in a way that no one would have thought of. It's exactly what is being relayed to you in today's reading, my dear pal number one. Although it's very difficult, it doesn't look like anything logical can happen at the moment that could save you from this situation. Your message is very clear with the Hierophant. It says, the Hierophant here is showing you a spiritual message of resting in peace, knowing that although it's getting worse and worse, you are never going to be left alone, my dear pal number one. And here you have with the secret sauce of the High Priestess, you know, you have both spiritual figures of the tarot appearing in your reading, the Hierophant and the High Priestess, both showing that the secret sauce for the situation at the moment is to fight these thoughts, because really they're not true. The way magic and the world works, sometimes it doesn't work in our favors, but when it does work, we're equally flabbergasted at how things are working the way they are. And although you may not see, just like the falcon, do you see the falcon has their eyes closed? although you might not see at the moment that there is a new start, see, you have the Fool card and you have the Ace of Swords in conjunction to each other, giving an affirming, a strong affirmation that there is a new start. Although you cannot see it at the moment, you perhaps are listening, just like this figuring thing, saying, how is this going to happen? Yeah, well, you know, this person's searching their bags for any type of clue that can show that there could be in any way a new start. But your reading is calling for faith here. It's telling you you are not alone. And although you cannot see it now, there may be not any type of hope that could show you that there is a new beginning, but there is. And this card with the High Priestess, with the secret sauce, reminds me of how adjusting one's thoughts, just like the Nine of Swords, really adjusts everything on the outside. And sometimes the very lesson of life is about learning to accept and adjust one's thoughts, to know that despite of everything going on, there will be something happening for us that would fix this situation. And this is why I see the cracked cup here. You know how the Japanese, I forgot, that you probably know what I'm talking about. I forgot the process, but they have this artist type of art where they mend their broken cups with gold, showing that there's value in the things that break in our lives and the harsh experiences that we go through, because they always teach us valuable lessons for the future that would help us stand strong and deal with our future in a much better way. They give us so much wisdom, and perhaps during this process there's a new foundation that's always being built to prepare for something amazing that you always wanted to have in your life. And so here I see, with the create in conjunction with the cup, I see your cup is now being created, just like the Japanese process of mending the cup, putting it together with gold and making it more valuable, showing that we don't want to erase the past. The past has always taught us something great and allowed gold to be part of the cup, allowed us to have an amazing future with something very valuable. So here, the secret sauce to your reading, the secret advice, or the strong advice that your spirit guides want to deliver to you today, is that of thinking positive thoughts, to have faith, because this way you're grounding yourself rather than going through it with anxiousness and worry and stress and frustration. In fact, we can literally see the Nine of Swords has decided to get up and fight their demons, no longer allowing them to be part of their thinking process. And so the kings, the kings are balanced energy. And so this is inviting you to balance your emotions by resting in peace, knowing that although it looks like you are alone, you were never alone. Do you remember Draupadi's feeling, just standing there, feeling humiliated in front of everyone, where she looked at her family to save her, and they didn't do anything. They couldn't. Whether they should have or shouldn't, they weren't there. She was all by herself now. And it was so unfair because she didn't ask her husband to bet her away. And so the whole situation is just awful to think about. Imagine that. And so despite the whole situation, during that very second of, the worst point of the whole process, when she really prayed, believed that the Lord Krishna would be there for her, the Lord Krishna instantly responded to her request. And as much as this king thought he was almighty, and this Kaurava's king, he kept pulling at her sari and he never got to do what he thought was, you know, in the spite of the moment, was a great solution to humiliate everyone. It just didn't work. So although things look like they may be going in the direction that you are very afraid of, really, my dear pile number 1, have faith. Your spirit guides are saying you will not be left alone to go through what you're afraid of. It will not happen. And so they want you to rest in peace tonight, to sleep tight, to enjoy your day, knowing that as you move along, even if things on the outside may seem shocking, may seem scary, you are never going to be left alone, my dear pile number 1. You will always be taken care of. And always know, as within, as without. And this is why your spirit guides have a strong spiritual message for you today of vibrating high. Knowing, with the faith, knowing that they are telling you they will take care of you. You are not going to be left alone. You know, we see this figure playing music, and so they're telling you to relax, to calm down in every second, knowing that nothing is going to touch you. You are going to be okay, my dear pile number 1. No amount of power can ever touch you if it's not meant to be. And this is exactly your message, my dear pile number 1. You are protected, you are guided, and you will always be okay. And there is a new, beautiful start coming for you. You'll be out of this sooner than you know it. And that was your reading, my dear pile number 1. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, if you enjoy Zodiac Tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channel. It's the first link in the description box. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, my dear pile number 1. This book could really help you out in your journey. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it, but you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process of being productive. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 1, it was such a pleasure for me to do this reading for you. Thank you for tuning in. Don't worry. Be happy. You are going to be okay, my dear pile number 1. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Mookayte Jasper as well as Arjuna's Dilemma. Let's see how this fits into your reading, and we're taking a look at what is your exact message from your spirit guides about what is going on in your life at the moment. So you have Mystic Healer. Healing energy flows through you. Interesting. So beautiful. Okay. You have Create Silence. Really interesting. What is that? I think we have to check the rest of your cards first. You also have Coins. Money will be coming to you. I love that for you so much. Okay, let's keep it right there. And let's take a look at your tarot cards. So these are the Before Tarot. They depict scenes that are right after the Rider-Waite-Smith regular scenes. So here, wow, right off the bat, you have the 10 of Pentacles. Surely a lot of coins, that's for sure. What is this message? This looks really interesting. You have the 6 of Swords. Again, the After Tarot, they've reached the other side into the safe shores. You have the King of Cups. Wow. You have the Queen of Cups. Now that is significant. All right. You have the 6 of Cups. Kind of the same thing. I think you will be receiving something big, because we see the extension of a hand here of Krishna to Arjuna. He was his chariotee during that war. We'll talk about it in a second. So you have the Six of Cups. You're being extended with huge help here. You also have the Page of Cups. Can you see that? Yeah. You have the Star card. Wow. Big cards in your reading, my dear pile number 2. And you have the Knight of Swords. Looks like a very powerful Knight of Swords that is grabbing everybody's hearts here. All right, so create silence. So before we get to the very main message here, I just want to highlight that half of your reading is talking about you receiving either your wish come true, or, to be specific, great wealth. So here with the Ten of Pentacles, we see all the 10 pentacles collected in a big box, showing that you've received wealth. Here with the with the Six of Swords, it shows that you've already stepped to the other side. You're finally out of a situation. You finally achieved something. We have here the King and Queen of Cups holding their cups up, reminding me of the idea that they're waiting for their wealth, their reigning wealth, to fall into their cups. Here as well, we have the Six of Cups receiving something, the Star receiving something. And the Star is about a dream come true, or a big hope coming true. So before we get to the main point, I just want to highlight clearly that your spirit guides are saying that you are about to receive everything you've worked hard for. You're about to receive great wealth very soon, in fact. But here is their exact message. I see that they are talking about a dilemma, an internal dilemma that you may be going through. Let me clarify. You have here Arjuna's dilemma. And we see the Lord Krishna deciding to be Arjuna's chariotee on that day. This is a war between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. And it's a war that is a shame to have, because they've got into such competition with each other. And when Arjuna was standing facing his enemies, he couldn't really get himself to take out his sword and fight the enemies, because along with these enemies were his uncles, his cousins, his teachers, his friends. These are people who were so dear to him, and he couldn't get himself to do that. He was in such a dilemma. But at the same time, he did promise to uphold the dignity of his brothers and his wife, and most importantly, he vowed to fight for righteousness, for dharma. And so with this dilemma, he looked to Krishna for help and asked him, what do I do? And so Krishna gave Arjuna the wisdom of true righteousness, which is the Bhagavad Gita. And through that, he found the courage to do the right thing. And he went into war with confidence. And he ultimately won a war that he once thought was impossible to win. And so this shows me that it doesn't have to be a war with you and others, but I'm seeing here an internal war of two things fighting within you, two ideas of fighting within you. Seeing the Bhagavad Gita as part of your message, this reminds me of the Bhagavad Gita's wisdom of success, actually, because we're seeing a lot of coins and reaching the other side and getting what you deserve. And so this reminds me of the Bhagavad Gita wisdom of success, where you should never engage in an action for the sake of reward, nor should you long for inaction. And here I feel is where the dilemma is. I see that you're with the chariot, you're on the way to doing something, but perhaps you're tired, because a lot of the times you may not be instantly seeing the results. Or maybe you're seeing some results, but it is taking time, and it could lead to some frustration, internal frustration. And sometimes you may long for inaction, to just let it go and just be free. And so there's a dilemma here. And the common factor between the two dilemmas is attachment. And that's why you have healing energy. Let energy flow through you. And create silence as well. Because when we do something, when we're attached to something, we start building up emotions of frustration, of anger, of inability to cope, and it becomes worse and worse by the second. And this is why the wisdom is here. There's nothing wrong, by the way, for with regards to looking forward to success. In fact, half of your reading is talking about you succeeding, of coins raining down on you, great wealth, great success raining down on you. There's nothing wrong at all for wishing something. Nothing wrong with that. It's the attachment to the end result that could make us feel frustrated in the way, because things take its course, and it is what it is. Things have to go through the process that it needs to go through. And so if we go through the process being aggravated by each step because we haven't yet received our reward, it's going to be a painful ride. And if we let go of the pain that already originated from the frustration of being attached to the reward and decided to opt for inaction, then we're still going to feel bad. Because we have a dream calling for us on the other side, telling us, you know you want me, why let go? That also can create frustration, sadness, and anger. And so this is why the Bhagavad Gita guides us towards taking action without being attached to any of these two, without being attached to taking action, being attached to for the sake of reward, or opting for action, being attached to inaction to feel free. And so the only solution here is to enjoy the process. Accept that there's a process, and since it's going to happen anyway, to enjoy it while it happens. Here we have the Knight of Swords telling you, see, they're opening their knives, telling you to take another shot at it, to continue at it. Just be patient. And with the Page of Cups, since you have to go through the ride anyway, enjoy it. Since you have to do it anyway. And that will be the only way that could silence the aggravation and the dilemma and the pain that goes through the process of trying to reach what we want to achieve. With regards to the end results, as you see, my dear pile number 2, there's a grand promise that you'll be receiving something so big. It will be raining blessings and coins, it seems, in specific, on you, my dear pile number 2. There is a promise here that is clearly shown in your reading. And so now is the time to go through this journey with peace, with healing energy. And as you can see here, the dream comes true. It's highlighted by both cards. By continuing to take a shot, doing what is necessary with peace, with tranquility, and with enjoyment. Every time you start feeling triggered or start feeling frustrated or start feeling angry, remind yourself, am I unconsciously slipping away and starting to compare my actions now to the end results that I want? Because that is when these emotions rise up. And always remember, comparison kills everything, makes everything so hard. Even when you compare your efforts now to what you want to receive. Compare your efforts now to what you planned to do now. Moment for moment. Task per task. Forget the rest of the day. Don't go through the day hating the whole day because you're still at the beginning of your task list, or hating the week because you haven't achieved what you really want. It's going to take its course. Live it in peace would be your biggest advice from your spirit guides. You're going to go through it anyways. You're going to reach the other side safely with the Six of Swords. You're going to be okay. And it's going to be raining blessings on you. But until then, take it slowly. Enjoy the ride. The only way to do it is to enjoy the ride. When we stop thinking of the end result, we start, stopping and smelling the roses. We start, if we're, let's say, for example, washing the dishes, we start noticing how nice the plate looks after we've washed it. We start enjoying our sponges and getting a sponge that we like, a clean, nice sponge that we like. We start enjoying the fact that we're doing it efficiently. We look at the bubbles. We feel like we're being productive. Just take it plate by plate, step by step, task by task. Enjoy the ride as it happens. You know how when we were little and we were doing our homeworks, the little things that used to excite us back then. Do you remember, the new pens that we loved that had all these nice colors, the nice notebook, the stickers, the nice highlighters? All of these things made the homework process so much nicer. And if you do your homework and you want to make sure that it also looks nice, it adds to that enjoyment. And so when we're mindful about what we're doing, we start noticing the nice things about it, and we start taking it easy and enjoying the process. We start thinking about how we can make it enjoyable, and through that process we live it and we grow from it. And on top of all that, we reach our goals and get exactly what we want. And that's exactly here what I see your spirit guides want to tell you in terms of this internal dilemma about what you need to know in your life at the moment. It seems like you're very close to achieving something, and that's why your spirit guides are interfering in today's reading. You're very close, my dear pile number 2. You're about to receive huge blessings in your life. Things are about to change in a magnitude that it cannot be described, it seems. The star, the 10 of Pentacles, raining coins. Wow, pile number 2. Things are about to change in a grand way in your life. So you're so close to the end. Don't get into the energy of frustration or anger or feeling like you're being patient, but really it's all about feeling impatient with the anger that we feel, that's brimming and boiling inside of us. Here, it's all about silencing all of these emotions and calming our emotions down by not comparing our end results constantly with what we're doing now, because that will be the devil that will prevent us from moving ahead. Always compare moment to moment, task to task. Forget about everything else. Pretend that there was nothing else and that was the one thing you had to do. Slice your huge project into tiny little tasks and just worry about finishing that tiny little thing. Forget about everything else for that moment and enjoy the ride while you're at it. And this is exactly what I see that your spirit guides want to tell you in today's reading about your life, my dear pile number 2, about what you're going through at the moment. And while at it, do know that you're about to receive big things. I wish you all the best of luck, my dear pile number 2. May you always be receiving huge things, wonderful blessings, and I hope you enjoy your journey. That was your reading, my dear pile number 2. And if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, if you enjoy Zodiac Tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channel. It's the first link in the description box. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, my dear pile number 2. This book is small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it. But you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. This book could really help you out with this journey that we saw in your pile, my dear pile number 2. I wrote it with every piece of my heart, making sure that it's easy. It has the key ingredients to knowing what to do and enjoying this process. And if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find the link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook, by the way, if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 2, I loved your pile so much. I wish you the best of luck. And I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen Urmila's sleep as well as the white Howlite. Let's see how this is going to fit into your reading. And as you know, we're taking a look at a special message from your spirit guides about what is going on in your life at the moment. So you have solitude. It goes hand in hand with Urmila here because she was in solitude as well. In silence, peace prevails. Can you see that? Yeah. Okay. You also have use your power. How about we push them so that we have space for your tea leaf? You also have eagle. Wow, tigers and eagles. A powerful energy for sure. Triumph over troubles and obstacles. All right, let's keep it right there. It actually goes along with Urmila's story, but let's first take a look at your tarot cards to understand the whole picture. You also have the 10 of Wands. Wow, the 9 of Cups. You have the King of Swords. You have the Knight of Wands. The Ace of Cups. Look at that, my God. You have the Strength card that says Scrubba soap pads, or Scrubba probably, soap pads. Shines aluminum fast. All right. 12 pads is highlighted to me. Perhaps the number 12 is gonna, it'll probably say something during the reading. You have the King of Wands. This is the after tarot, so these are the scenes that are depicting what the scene would look like after the regular Rider-Waite-Smith. So you have the Lovers card, and there's nudity. We have to hide it. New YouTube rules. Okay, so you have the Lovers card, and you have the King of Cups. So, what are we seeing here exactly? Do you see the King of Wands here? I really see with the King of Wands, you can see that he's created some smart machine that helps him do many tasks at the same time. Also with Urmila's sleep, I feel like in this silence, I'm getting a clear message of your spirit guides talking to you about working smarter and not harder. You are obviously overwhelmed with a lot of things to do these days. You have a lot of responsibilities. You have a lot of things that you need to finish. I'm thinking maybe because, with the 12 that I just noticed now, the 12th is December. This is reminding me of the holiday season. Maybe you have so much to finish before the holidays. Maybe your company is one of the companies that has to work hard during the holidays. Maybe you are selling products during the holidays. Yeah, there is something, whether it has to do with December or not. I see that at the moment you are overwhelmed with responsibilities and things that you have to finish. You're sleep deprived, you are tired, you don't know what to do, and your spirit guides are really talking about working smarter. And I'm also seeing cycles here, because with Urmila's sleep, Urmila had to sleep for, let me tell you the story just very quickly. So Urmila's husband was Lord Rama's brother, and he traveled with him and his wife, of course Lord Rama's wife, because Lord Rama was exiled for 14 years. Urmila wanted to go with them, since his wife Sita was also her sister, and her own husband is going, and she felt like everyone was leaving and she wanted to go, but her husband said she did not want her to go. He wanted to keep her safe. And he had to protect his brother, Lord Rama, during this exile. And to do that, he had to wake up for 14 years to do it, to be on guard and protect him. So the goddess of sleep allowed him or blessed him with the ability to go without sleep for 14 years. But there was a condition to that. Oh, the lights turned off. Lights went off while we were talking about sleep. Wow, talk about coincidences. So she had to sleep 14 years to give her husband, Lakshmana, the ability to stay up for 14 years. And he was able to, by the way, fight a huge dragon that you can only fight if you were awake for 14 years. And so here, again, do you see that? I hope the camera is picking this up. It's like, whoa, sleep and wake up. Sleep cycle. Oh my God. If something isn't communicating with us, I really don't know what is. So, we're talking about, I can't believe this, working smarter, organizing your tasks, maybe put the same tasks on the same day, or put a system that would make it much easier to go through it. And at the same time, I'm seeing now a clear message of you. The more you sleep, when you give your body the needed rest, it will be able to give you more productivity so that you can finally erase with the strength here, take off these tasks and responsibilities off your back. This way, you will go through this period feeling happy and disciplined and organized at the same time. Yeah, there's a clear message of being organized, knowing exactly what to do when, maybe perhaps putting the tasks that are similar together so that they're finished quickly, where you don't have to get up and restart again. Maybe, yeah, working smarter for sure. I also see a great message with the King of Cups here of looking out for yourself, by dropping the tasks that are not important at the moment, to give yourself time to focus on what you need to do now, just for what is important now, so that you can go over this whole time or this whole process in peace and silence and with a lot of wisdom. See, your best friend at the moment is your planning. It will be the best wisdom that will take you through this period with a lot of power. Yeah, that's what we can clearly see here. You know, this is reminding me of, there is this quote of proper preparation prevents, I can't remember, proper preparation prevents, long wasted time. So the more you prepare, it's like if you take 5 minutes before you prepare for a task, what you could have done for 2-3 hours, you can finish in 45 minutes and an hour. So proper preparation here will be one of your best friends during this phase of your life. We see different advice here in your reading. It's unbelievable. So putting it together, we see your spirit guides talking about you sleeping properly, because this way you will have the power to overcome the obstacles and the challenges that you have to go through. We also see that in order to finish your tasks smoother, planning will be your best friend. To properly plan before you begin. And also, your best friend as well is to group the tasks that are similar. Perhaps all of the errands on one day, get it over with. And so that you don't have to spend the week doing an errand and then coming back and then getting ready and then doing your work, grouping things together so that things run smoother for you. Pile number 3. Such clear advice. It's unbelievable. And finally as well, dropping the things that aren't important now in favor for the things that will move you forward quicker, because you have the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands charges quickly towards the things that they want to achieve. See, here, don't be distracted by tasks that have a loud noise. Things like, don't be distracted by, for example, messages. Don't be distracted by emails. Don't be distracted by other tasks that could grab your attention, but really you should be dropping them for the moment in favor of the things that will help you move from this phase quicker. Obviously, it's really a time of big work here for you. It's unbelievable. Today's advice, I can't remember if all of the piles was about your work. It seems like people are busy these days, really busy. Yeah. Perhaps it's, as the 12 suggests, it's a time where, understandably, most companies are very, very busy. End of season, end of year, yeah. So this is exactly what I see in your reading in terms of what to do with your tasks. They are highly supporting you during that time because you're really feeling the burn. And they're telling you to use your power in a smart way. The more you rest, the more you prepare and organize, surprisingly, you'll find the more you drop the things, it's all opposite to what we may think, Do more, fight the sleep, finish the tasks. No, it's really about taking off what's not important, resting, putting the time to organize. Doing these key things really will help you move forward with great strength and at the same time with peace. Also, don't forget not to be distracted, it seems here, by loud noises. And you know what? It makes so much sense because the Lover's card is a card of choice. And we see you here picking and choosing what is most important to focus on at the moment and what to drop. Solitude and the Ten of Wands shows me that you are carrying all of this burden by yourself. But at the same time, I do you see the focus of the tiger here? And, you know, the eagle has very acute eyes, very acute vision. And so here I'm seeing a clear message of keep your eyes on the goal. Perhaps that's why removing all that is unnecessary to focus on the important things. Because at the end of the day, it seems like you're coming out of this, obviously, coming out of this in a very favorable way. You're coming out of this strong and with a great success. Here, the Knight of Wands show us that they're moving to new territory. So you're moving to new untapped territory successfully and powerfully. And with the Ace of Cups, and since we saw December, this shows that you're starting your new year, 2023, my dear pile number 3, very favorably. It's a new start, a new beginning, a new phase, and a new chapter of your life. Succeeding with what you want to achieve now, and beginning something anew. Perhaps by the new year, you'll be rewarded greatly for what you've done, the choices that you've made, and you sticking and achieving these big things. Perhaps your company's rewarding you. Maybe it's your company. You're getting exactly the favored results that you wanted. There's certainly a lot of success, a lot of strength, and a lot of love for what you have achieved in specific. So continue with strength on your journey, my dear pile number 3, but at the same time, it's about the preparation rather than the handling of these responsibilities themselves. It's the how you do it. It's not the what. This is exactly what I see in your reading as your exact message from your spirit guides about what is going on in your life at the moment. I'm wishing you the best from my heart, my dear pal number 3, with regards to this journey. Go for it. You are going to do great. You know, it'll be over before you even notice, my dear pal number 3. Go for it. Have your rest and enjoy your success. This was your reading, and if you've enjoyed it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, if you enjoy Zodiac Tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channel. It's the first link in the description box. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, Pile Number 3. I promise you, this book is really going to help you out during these 2 months and all the time, really. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it. But you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process of being productive. That would be great for you during that time. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pal number 3, wishing you the best of luck from my heart to you. May you thrive and succeed and do it all while taking it easily and enjoying the process. And my dear pal number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, pile number 4. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Cherry Quartz as well as Bali's Misunderstanding. Let's see how this fits into your reading. And today we're taking a look at your specific message from your spirit guides about what is happening in your life right now. So the first card that you have is Breaking Trail. Very interesting. A breakthrough is at hand. Okay. You have patience. Okay. And let's take a look at your tea leaf. broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. Okay. So something is about to change significantly. Maybe you're changing your commitment to something. Let's see. So you have, wow, right off the bat, you have the star. Okay. You have the 4 of Cups. You have the Temperance card. The Knight of Swords. Can you see that? Yeah. All right. Let's put these 4 cards down there. You have the Queen of Cups. Now it's not. There we go. You have the Queen of Cups. You have the Tower card. You have the Knight of Wands. And you have the 9 of Wands. And by the way, these are the after tarot. So these are the scenes that depict what it could look like after the regular Rider-Waite-Smith scenes. So this is the scene of the Knight of Wands after what we know, and this is again same thing with the 9 of Wands. So what is it exactly that I am seeing? Right off the bat, it looks like some of you may be changing directions or something. Or maybe you're leaving something or someone all of a sudden, unexpectedly. You want to leave something and do something else, it seems, but the situation is very fragile. So let's say, for example, you have a great relationship, for example, with your manager, and this company is really important to you because even if you leave, the contacts that you've built there and your manager and your work will help you out further in your career. And so you found a great opportunity. For example, I'm just giving an example of the energy that I'm seeing. Now that you have to go, the situation is very fragile. Yes, it is your right to move forward quickly, but you have to be very careful with your connection with your manager and how you do it, because you don't want your beautiful connection to fall apart. So it's the how you're going to move to the next stage. It's not that you shouldn't or should. Why am I saying that? Perhaps this story will allow you to understand in what area of your life this reading or your spirit guides are talking to you about. So here with Bali, these are 2 brothers. These are 2 powerful brothers of the Vanara or the monkey descent. And they're always there for each other. They have a beautiful bond. And one day, Bali, who's the king, by the way, his brother Sugriva is not. So Bali is the king. And he went out after a terrible monster, and then he followed this monster into a deep, dark cave trying to hunt it down. So while the king Bali was doing that, his brother Sugriva was standing outside of the cave, keeping it safe, guarding it. And all of a sudden, Sugriva heard chilling cries, ah, or screams, and then started seeing a flow of blood coming out of the cave. And so he instantly thought, oh my God, this looks like my brother has been killed. But he had to act quickly. He moved a large rock to close off the cage and left off. It was such a sad and horrible incident for Sugriva to have lost his brother like that. It was awful. And he went back into his kingdom and took it upon himself to save the kingdom. So he became king and married his wife, Sati, I think. And so the fact of the matter is King Bali had not died. It was actually the monster. He took care of the monster, killed it, returned home, only to find his brother Sugriva being king and marrying his wife. And so the King Bali went crazy, and he took his brother, threw him out in exile, and also took his wife away from him. And so Sugriva felt that he was really treated badly, because he did not have all these intentions to do these bad things, or how it looked like from Bali's view, and felt humiliated. And so while he was in exile, he met Lord Rama, and Lord Rama was able to help him out and help him defeat Bali. Now, the whole situation at the end, when King Bali was closer to near his deathbed, things cleared out between them, but it was too late. They missed a lifetime of, being brothers. So here I see that, especially with this story and Broken Ring, there is a sensitive situation, a very fragile situation with the cake here in the tower. While we could be very excited about something, because the star here shows that we have a big opportunity. So although there is a big opportunity coming to you at hand, or perhaps you already know about it, you'll be very excited about charging off towards it. It's your right, it's yours, it's coming there for you. And so it's not about not taking this opportunity, but it's about being intoxicated by it to the extent where you could lose important people or things in your life. And so breakthroughs should be handled with care, because if not, maybe they can break things. We can clearly see here with the Four of Cups that there's something you're not noticing here that your spirit guides want to draw your attention to. There's definitely someone reading this reading could really be talking about someone, because in the Nine of Wands, someone there standing next to you. So you want to keep it balanced with the Temperance card. The Temperance card is winking at us. It's kind of like, go towards what you want, but also keep the connection in balance by making sure that you handle it with care with this person. And so have patience. It's about going towards it, not as quick as the knights here show us. The Knight of Swords and the Knight of Wands are the fastest knights in the deck. So we're seeing great speed. It's like, this is mine, I want it, I'm going for it. Go for it, but slowly, so that you at the same time don't lose something or someone that you may for the rest of your life regret losing. You may take it for granted because this person is always there, or this thing is always there, but you with some misunderstanding, because in your mind you have great intentions, obviously, just like King Bali's brother, but it doesn't necessarily mean that having good intentions would not create misunderstanding. I see that just like Sugriva, there is checking, just to check, to make sure, or like King Bali had to check before he put his brother to exile. It's all things that have been done, each one thinking of a different scenario in their heads. None of them meant anything harmful to the other. So perhaps you would have a scenario in your mind, and they would have a scenario in their minds, which you could not be noticing at all. And so taking things slowly, and that's where the wink here comes in, taking things slowly will make sure that you are able to notice each other's energies with the wands. Being patient will help you notice the little cues coming from the other person that will allow you to notice that there is a misunderstanding, helping you nip it in the bud from the very beginning, and to communicate and to do it slowly, so that both of you, after everything said and done, are still friends and are still there together, or that the situation at hand is still with you. Because otherwise, the excitement and the high of that amazing, by the way, congratulations. Obviously, you have a dream coming true here. You have a great opportunity coming up with the Four of Cups. Also, it shows that maybe you don't know about it now, or maybe you've just heard about it. Something is popping into your life. Be careful. Something, no, I celebrate it, but I mean be careful with the other person. Something amazing is happening in your life. You're getting a great opportunity. You're getting something you've hoped for, you've dreamed of, and obviously could be breaking the heart of someone with you, or not breaking the heart necessarily. It could be making someone with you misunderstand something, since it's a new beginning. They see you so happy and so excited by it, so they may form their own ideas about what their situation is now with regards to you, your new situation. All in all, I see your spirit guide saying a breakthrough is at hand. Something big is happening in your life. Celebrate it, enjoy it. It's yours to the max. But that is between you and you. When it comes to the other important people in your life, or that other person in your life, or maybe that other project, who knows? It's about not rushing and leaving it and going, if it's a project, and leaving this drop and going towards this next opportunity, because obviously this project would then be very important, and later on, if you lose it, you would feel that you've made a great sacrifice losing it. Or maybe it's a person, then you're charging towards your dreams or your hopes or that great opportunity without taking it slow with them. And as lack of communication does, it makes people come to their own conclusions, making this other person perhaps feel like you don't care, that you're leaving them behind, or whatever other ideas they could have that could break off the connection between the two of you. And your spirit guides are really focusing on this today. Do know that even though there is a strong bond between you and this person, or you and this project, or whatever you have now, that is true for now. It is fragile. It could fall at any time. You have to handle it with care, with a lot of care, because perhaps there are a lot of emotions involved that could rage things up. And the dearer something is, the more risky it is at hand. And so it has to be handled by care, by having a lot of patience in terms of going through it slowly and not quickly, so that you end up with what you want, protecting what you want, going after your dream, but keeping that very same dear person or dear project to you at the end of the finish line. And remember, as your spirit guides want to tell you, just as much as you want this dream, this is also a huge blessing in your life, that if you lost, it would be a dream that you wish you would have. And so these two are equally important in your life. And for this reason, you are, as we've seen in your cards, advised to go slowly so that you can keep both. I hope I was able to deliver your message clearly, my dear pile number 4. That was your reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. Also, if you enjoy Zodiac Tarot readings, make sure you check out my other channel. You'll find that it's the first link in the description box. And please don't forget to check out my productivity book, my dear pile number 4. This book could really help you out in your journey in general of manifesting what you want, finishing what you started. It's small, straight to the point, and so you won't procrastinate or waste time reading it. But you'll find that it has all the key advice and secrets to becoming a productive person right away, all while enjoying the process. And so if you're interested in checking it out, you'll find a link to this ebook down in the description box. There's also an audiobook if you love listening to your books. And my dear pile number 4, that was your reading. Wishing you the best of luck with this amazing wish coming for you. May you always be blessed, and I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye.